Hi, I'm Priyanka and I run a social enterprise called iKheti. Kheti literally translates to farming and I stands for innovation, hence innovation in farming, especially in cities like Mumbai. I'm going to teach you how to grow fresh celery on your terraces or within your balcony. So for that, we need a crate. We then take a geotextile fabric. It's basically made out of polyester, and since the crates have hole, we use the geo fabric to cover the holes. Geo fabric is put, and when it's mixed with soil, it helps in soil erosion, but it helps to retain water. After aligning the geo fabric, you would require dried leaves and just spread it all across the crate. The reason why we put dried leaves is because it helps to mulch the soil. After this, we require a mixture of coco peat, compost, which you can make it from your home wet waste and dry waste that you get directly from your house, or it's easily available in the market as well, and mud. So all three of them have to be mixed in equal proportion. This is how it will look. Spread a layer of coco peat, compost and mud over the leaves. So over a period of time, because of the pressure of the mud, the leaves would also get composted. Cover almost the whole crate with soil. Just leave about 6 to 8 inches from the top and then level the soil. Once you've leveled the soil, make a small hole with your 4 fingers so that you can transplant the celery sapling. Usually all the saplings in the market, they come in black bags. So there is a way to remove it. Just loosen up the soil a bit by pressing the bag all around or by rubbing it. So the soil that's already tightened up, it loosens up and it's easier to remove the plant. So this process also ensures that you are not harming the roots of the plant and that it stays intact as well. Also, the other thing that you would have to ensure when you buy the sapling or when you're transplanting a plant, that the sapling is small enough. The bigger the plant, the lesser the chances of it to transplant well. We take the sapling and put it inside the hole that we have dug up. Place it nicely inside. Take the remaining soil and make a mount around it. Then take your 2 fingers and just press it gently around the plant. Once the sapling is transplanted, ensure that you water it well. And since the sapling is young and tender, make sure that you water around the plant and not directly over the sapling. Celery sapling has been transplanted, and this is how your celery will look after being transplanted in about 6 to 8 weeks. For harvesting of celery, leave the thinner stems. Take the ones that are thicker because they are more juicy and tastier. Leave about 1-2 inches from the soil and cut the stem off. Now for the next process, that is the blanching process. It's optional, but for people who want the stems to be more tender and more tastier, in this process, we take an old newspaper, cut it, make a long rectangular sheet out of it and put it around the stems of celery. So what this does is, it restricts the formation of chlorophyll in the below part of the stems, since the sunlight is restricted. Some people prefer blanched celery stalks while some prefer unblanched celery stalks. When you blanch it, the only disadvantage that it has is the nutrients in the stalk, they become lesser, but then the stalks become more tender. So it depends from people to people if they really want to opt for this process. The same way, you can grow celery in pots as well and place them in your balconies. So once you've started growing fresh celery, you can use the stalks in soups or to make juices. Celery acts as a great antioxidant. It also lowers blood pressure and helps in constipation as well. Usually people use only the stalks, but the leaves can be used in salad as well or to make stir-fried vegetables. Do try growing celery at your own place, and wishing you all the best for it. Stay green, stay healthy.